Okay, well, obviously that was tough. You're going to get exposed against a really good team when you don't execute very well. And credit to those guys. Sometimes we quickly just think about ourselves and how we did. Those guys executed at a really high level. The separation between the two execution levels of the two teams, and then that's why the score is where it's at. All three phases. And, you know, started the game, felt like the guys had great energy and we were moving around. And, you know, the first quarter went our way, but then it turned into playing three more quarters against a really good team. And all three phases, we just contributed to a lopsided loss. So we have to regroup and got to buy here to absorb this thing. Three opportunities moving forward.
John, I'm wondering about the status of some of those injured guys. Obviously, Aiden, Malik, Brantley, Anthony, and I mean,
Yep.
and from your perspective and the staff's perspective, as the injuries keep mounting, how difficult is it to kind of keep the guys focused?
Yeah, I mean, it's a physical game. I think all four of those guys you mentioned, the quick report I got, obviously they're looking for further evaluation. This isn't like season ending for any of those guys. But this is, you know, November now. Injuries going to take place. Opportunities for other guys getting in the game. They've been practicing a long time. And I'm convinced, listening to those guys in the locker room, this group, they're going to be back to work, stick together, know that, yeah, we got embarrassed today. It's a terrible taste in our mouth. But that's what you sign up for sometimes when you're going to play big time ball and against a good team and you don't play well, you got to bounce back. Planning on these guys doing it.
Jonathan, running over here, would you expect Aiden to be available in 2 weeks, or is that
Yeah,
still
I would. Yeah.
And then as far as the line of scrimmage is concerned, you guys ran the ball pretty well the last 2 weeks, and then today, I mean, minus 24, and then the pressure they had in the backfield.
Yeah, there's a lot there, but when we had the ball, the line of scrimmage matchup, we lost that by a wide margin. Some of those too, we're taking sacks, we're trying to throw screen. Some of the operation too, where guys were at, they did a nice job in their movement, where we're just swinging and missing, and so we're getting tackled in the backfield. And credit to those guys, but we didn't execute very well up front.
Hey Jonathan, Saturdays for a lot of lessons to be learned, but unfortunately wins and losses count as well. How do you balance the losses with the lessons right now?
Well, the approach is, again, you're always going to look at correct and improve whatever the score was. We've got three more opportunities. We want to play better than we did today. And so the only thing you know how to do is go back to work and then try to clean some things up, do some things at a higher level.
When you see things spiral like that and things are out of control for your team, how do you sort of get them level and sort of even that out where it doesn't continue to go down?
It's a group effort, coaching, leadership on the team. I did feel like, even as the start of the third quarter, as bad as that was, you know, we needed something to bounce back, a momentum change, a play to be made, create a turnover, something. But we never got it. And credit to Indiana for executing at such a high level.
Coach, was any consideration for the second turnover? It appeared that it was incomplete of challenging that?
You know, those guys look at any change of possession scores like that. They take a deep look at it, and so I didn't think to do it.
Coach, I guess to put it simply, how do you just keep this locker room positive?
I don't think it's always about being positive. I think it's about being optimistic, knowing that we can get some things fixed. You know, you give these locker room speeches of all about words, it's about going into action. Again, I've liked this group from the start. I think these guys will be back. They're disappointed, even embarrassed in there, but I'm pretty confident that they know what's in front of them. They got three more opportunities to still feel good about a season.
What's happened to the pass rush that for 4 weeks was really efficient? This has been non-existent, including today.
It was today, and yeah, we didn't affect them. We only had a couple of times thought we could get them on the ground. We gotta keep looking at it because I like those guys up in front, especially on the edge. You know, I think about Bogle and the effort he goes with, and Anthony Jones and that. But we have not affected the passer nearly as much, especially against a team this guy can throw it. He's going to stand in the pocket. Some other offenses we played wasn't the case, but didn't show up tonight.
Jonathan, you last possession of the first half, could you walk us through that? You guys complete the pass, and then it seemed like there was confusion. I guess I don't know if you were trying to clock it there. Just what was going on with that last series?
Well, we got into something of a long yard situation. I think we were talking about Marsh. We completed on the sideline. Yeah, he's toward the sideline. His forward progress, I think it's the correct call. Clock's going to wind. We need to find a way to get back on the ball. we were probably a second or two off from getting it snapped. I don't remember how many seconds, 5, 7 was left, but that was taking place.
Jonathan, in the middle here again. I was wondering, with it being the second bye week, is there any different approach that you take this one? 'Cause the first one, you had 6 games, you said you reviewed every snap, and now, you know, it's just how you go about this.
Yeah, off of, you know, we did the deep dive of 6 games, now we're only talking, I think it's, what, 3? But it gives us the chance to maybe study some other ideas, and then, again, emphasize what we see out of these last 3, combined with the 6 we've seen, and maybe come up with a new wrinkle or two in some areas that we need to improve on.
To your left, Jonathan, so in your 3 toughest games against the top-ranked opponents, average losses around 30 points, how do you turn that around, especially in a tough Big Ten, to be competitive in these games?
Yeah, gotta keep working, keep growing, this is a game of development, you know, and again, we're in year 1 like this roster, but we gotta grow, develop these players currently, we gotta be recruiting, right, to continue to add to the locker room. That's the approach we're gonna take.
John, you played, it seems like everybody and anybody at this point. I'm just wondering how you compare Indiana to Ohio State and Oregon, for example, that were our sort of perennial powers.
I think they will, physicality, you know, D-line gave us issues. I think they'll match up pretty well there, or, you know, within, in that ballpark. I do think their execution in all 3 phases, they do not beat themselves. When plays are there to be made, they're making it. And so I think we can play with anybody.
Anything else, guys? Jim and then Jack.
Yeah, along those lines, the coverages that Indiana shows in combination with pass rush, how difficult was Childs' task today while he was sitting there? The impressive coverage.
Thought they did a nice job of disguise, looking like it's 1 high, turns into 2, and then you compound things with the pass rush because he didn't have the clean pocket nearly enough. And so that makes it tough when they're disguising and you don't get a lot of time to recognize it.
Jonathan, 17 offensive touchdowns this season and 18 turnovers. Does that make everything else impossible? And can you talk about what Cignetti has done in year 1? It seems like to me.
Yeah, done a great job. You know, obviously the roster, the schemes, give him credit for what he's done. Again, I'm focused on ourselves. We got to find ways to score some more points and not give it away. I did credit our defense. We turned it over the first time and they bowed up, you know, go 3 and out. Field position flipped on that because we got the next one, but we got to find ways to continue scoring. And we got 3rd and 1 in the red zone, not quite the red zone, but down there. You know, and we go backwards on that play. But again, 10 points, 47. I don't know if one play really matters.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, guys.